Hi, hello, vanakkam, and welcome back to yet another episode on your and our favorite Little Slaw YouTube channel. So, in this video, we're going to see about pull requests, how to create a pull request, and what exactly is a pull request is, and how to create a pull request, and why do we need to learn pull requests. So, firstly, let me give you a quick introduction on what a pull request is. So, a pull request in GitHub. So, we are in GitHub, and we use it in DevOps, SRE. Nowadays everybody uses it, so it's a kind of a basic knowledge that everybody needs to know. And in fact, it's the same across all the repositories. If, for example, it can be GitHub, or it can be GitLab, or it can be Bitbucket, Azure DevOps, or anything, but the concept is same. It is pull request. So a pull request in GitHub. So since we are going to see it in GitHub, I'll tell you about in GitHub. So it is a way where you can propose the changes to a repository. So for example, when you make a changes in a branch and you want to merge them into another branch, so usually the main or develop branch, so usually we can create several branches. And what we normally do is we actually make our changes in our own feature branch, and then we send it firstly to develop branch, and then we test the changes, and then we move it from develop to main branch, and then we'll see how does it work. So that's the reason we create the branches, and then we pull those, create pull requests, and then we merge our changes into develop and then to main branch, right? So this actually allows the team members to review, discuss, and approve our changes before merging them into the main code base. So why do we need a pull request? Why do you need to learn pull request? So firstly, the code review and collaboration, because the pull request actually allows multiple developers to review and improve code before merging, and version control. So they actually help you to keep track of what changes are being made by whom and why, and bug prevention. So with peer reviews, PRs help catch issues early, and feature development. So new features can be worked on separately in branches and they are merged safely. And when it comes to open source contribution, so if you contribute to open source projects, PRs are the standard way to suggest changes. And finally, the CI/CD integration. So the PRs, the pull requests, they trigger automated test, which ensures quality before code is merged. So some of the key steps in pull request are: you have to first create a branch. So here we have created a branch already, and then you have to commit and push the changes, and then you have to create after you create a branch, you have to commit and push your changes, where you have to save your work and push it to GitHub, and you have to create a pull request where you have to request to merge the changes into the main branch. And then the code review and discussion. So team members review and suggest improvements and merge the PR. So once approved, you have to merge the branch into the main project. So if you're working in DevOps or performance testing or automation, knowing how to use the pull request will ensure the smooth collaboration and structured development. So before we move on to this video, this is me, Vasan Shanmugam. I welcome you all to Little Slaw YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't subscribed yet. And in case if you are having any issues or any doubts on GitHub or any DevOps related, Azure related area, please do reach out to me. I will help you for sure. And coming back to this one, so what are you going to do? So firstly, we'll just check whether you have the other branch that we're going to merge. So here I have the branch, the update game branch. So I'm going to click on the pull request. That's the first step, and I'm going to click on new pull request. And then in the base, I'm going to keep it main. So base is something where we are going to merge our changes. So base is something like a target, right? And then the compare is the actual branch that we have already created. So I'm going to select the branch, and once I have chosen it, here you can see these are the two commits which were added, and there were like 21 additions and 40 deletions. So all these things you have to summarize, you have to understand, you have to know what exactly is being changed. And there are like and all these 21 additions and 40 deletions are made only in this three changed files. So if you click on this three changed files, you can see what are the files that has been changed. So it is like GitHub steps, step.txt, readme.md, and index.html. So these are the three files which are affected or which have been changed or which have been modified during this branch, right? So the next thing is you have to click on OK. And so now we have everything. So it's been compared. And if you scroll down, you can see what are the changes that have been made. So anything that is in green is added, and anything in red or in orange, saffron, whatever this orange color, has been deleted. And here you can see in this particular line, these things are changed, these things are modified, and yeah, so everything is added. There are like no deletions in it, so except these 40 deletions, which is they have deleted some spaces, they've deleted some words. So that's the deletions part that has happened. And then, yeah, now everything is done. So what we're going to do is, so you have compared it, you now you know what is going to be a main branch. So just I'm telling you again and again, base is where you're going to send all your code to. I mean, like, base is the place where everything is going to get merged. So please make sure that you are selecting the right branch. In case if you have a develop branch, you have to select the right develop branch. And then I'm going to click on create pull request. So once I click on the create pull request, I have to enter the title. So in this case, I'm going to enter the title as littles. Okay, let me enter this one. Okay, update the game over message. So this is the title which I wanted to enter. And then in case if you have anything to add in the description, say for example, if you are making this change for some work order or some tickets or some incidents or some requests, you have to choose that one. So now I'm going to choose update the game over message so people know how to play again, right? And now you can click on, so there are like two options. In case if you want to keep it in draft, you can create it so it cannot be merged until it is marked ready for review. But now we normally choose the create pull request because we have reviewed everything, right? So everything is reviewed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on create pull request. So once I click on create pull request, automatically these actions will run. That is, it will check for any conflicts with the branch, and then this particular thing, that is opening a pull request, will actually change, will actually run. So this will actually check for any changes. So it tells us that there's one pending check, and that is opening a pull request or on open a pull request. So if you want to see what is happening, I can just click on this action. So in the actions, you can see this particular changes has been done. So that is what has been that was happened during this particular change, like during that check. So now what happens is now we have done. So the next part is, so we have created a pull request, and the next thing is we are going to do a review. We are going to do a pull request review. So for, I mean, what is a review? So which is reviewing. So now I have created a pull request and I have sent it to my peers, right? So the peer, now imagine you are a peer now. Okay, so you have to review the pull request, and this is an opportunity for you to examine another contributor's changes and give them the feedback. And it's an awesome opportunity to learn more about how the project works and how others solves the problem. So this is one of the technique which I use to understand how did they make the changes and what are the changes do they made, because that actually help you to learn or grow more in DevOps or platform engineering. So the best way to get a review is to ask for one. So on GitHub, you can ask someone to review a pull request by assigning them as a reviewer assignee. So if you're not ready for review, you can consider creating a draft pull request I have showed you already. So here, in case if you want to add someone, you can just choose their name and you can enter their name. And once they are selected, their name will be selected in here. So now what we do is, let me go back to the pull request. So this is the pull request which I have created. Okay, and I'll click on this. And here is another thing, that is when I myself want to review this. So if I go to files change and if I click on review changes, and I cannot approve this because I am the owner of it. I am the owner of this pull request, so I won't be able to approve this. So what I have to do is go to settings and go to this collaborators, and here you can actually add the people or you can add the group's username. So a set of people will be added as the collaborator. So in this case, I'm going to add another user for me to review. So let me add the reviewer, and it is pending now. So if I go back here, your repositories, and if I come back to the inbox of the other user, that is the one that I have added here. So here you can see the invitation to join this. So I'm accepting the invitation. So once I accept the invitation, if I go back to this original one, and if I go to the code, and now I can go to this pull request, click on this pull request here. And if I go on the reviewers, I can very well see it. So I have chosen this as my reviewer. And once I've chosen it, now I have the option to ask them. So now if you see, assign yourself, check current step for the pull request. So now this has been running in the actions. So if you go to the actions, you can very well see here, see the update message is running. So meanwhile, let me go back to the Firefox, so the pull request here, and here I can see this message. So what I'll do is I'll go here, go to the files changed, check what all the changes that's been done, and once I find everything is okay, right? So what I'll do is I'll go here, go to the review changes, okay, and yep, I'll go to the review changes, and then I'll click on the. So in case if I have any comments, if I want him to, I cannot every time I cannot approve it. So what I'll do is if I have any comments like some general feedbacks without approval, I can do it. I can just give my comment and then I can click on submit review. And if you want to approve the changes, what you can do is you can actually give your comments and then you can okay, let me do that. So for now I'll do like comment files change. So I have click on review changes, add a comment to the initial of the pull request. So select comment. Yeah, let me just select comment and then so when I'm doing this comment part, so when I'm adding with my initial thoughts on the pull request and when I select on comment, I won't be able to approve or request changes to my own pull request. So what I'll do is let me just do it. So my first comment, and then if I click on submit review, so what happens is here is, okay, I just gave my comment and now I could still see, okay, so here if you see, I've got a step 3 which tells me that I'm checking the current step number and I have left a review, so it's actually checking now. So on the pull request, okay, let me go back to the, okay, I have submitted the review, fine, that's okay. So let's wait until this actions get completed, and then okay, on the pull request, let me go back to the user. So on the pull request, I click on it and I'll go to the files changed, and then here the index.html, right? I'll hover over the cursor to the line numbers on the left side of the page. I click on this blue plus icon, and here I give them a comment. That is, I'm going to add a single comment. I'm going to give them the suggestion, right? So what I'm going to tell them is add or make changes. So it depends on the business requirement. So I'm just giving you these are some things which you have to understand. You have to know what is happening or how you want to, how you can effectively use the GitHub pull request based on business account. Something like maybe if you want to give him some valid comments, you can do that and click on add single comment. And now what happens is, so you have added your comment. So it's not every time like you go approve it. Sometimes if you find something is not relevant, or if something you feel that it has to be changed, you are always welcome to update that. You're always welcome to give that change, right? So now we have added that single comment, and let's wait for it to get completed. Let's go in actions and see whether it is okay. So here this particular action is still running, so let's wait. Okay, it's been completed, I believe. Yep, so pull request. And what is going to be the next action? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the commit suggestion. Okay, let me go back to the pull request here. I'll go on here, and if you see here, I've got this suggestion, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give a comment that okay, I have made the changes, and I can ask them to so make every changes, then click on comment. So now this will be known to the author, the one who has raised it. So now I have clicked on the next step where I said that okay, I have fixed the issue, and then now let's wait until this particular action gets completed. So let me go to the action and let's check. Okay, so now once I left the review, it has executed the statement. Okay, now everything is completed, and let me go back to this review one. And what I have to do is I will have to, yep, that's okay, that's fine. I'll have to re-request. So I'm clicking on re-request again. So once I click on request, automatically this request will go back to the user, and now the user will actually check it. So he will again check that changes. So see, I can add my review. So I can now go back here and I'll click on approve. And once I click on submit review, so this will actually allow the users to submit the changes. So what happens is if I can come back to the original one, and here, if I refresh this one here, okay, I think the actions might be running in now. Yep, the actions are running. But the point here is once the user or once the collaborator who approves the message, so what I have to do is, so here you'll get a message that it's been approved, right? So I'll go to the pull request again and come to the bottom. So now I got everything. So I can click on this merge pull request and click on confirm merge. So by doing this, you can actually make all your changes, and as I told you, you make all your changes in the feature branch and push it to the main branch. So by doing this, you have successfully merged your change, and once you have merged your changes, automatically your request will be closed. So you won't be able to see your pull request in the open section, but you can see it in the closed section. So this is how the pull request in the GitHub works. So this is more very interesting. So please do learn GitHub. If you have any questions or any comments, please do let me know. And we will very soon have a separate session on GitHub. It's going to be a free session. I'm going to set it up separately. If you're interested, please do let me know. So until I see you all in the next video, it's bye bye for Vasanth. I'm Noam, and if you're at Little Star YouTube channel, take care and bye bye.